Controlling the call, staying the course. So, regardless of whether or not we're talking about a phone conversation or actual in-person conversation, each conversation breaks down into three different metrics: 55, 38, and 7. Now, 55% of our conversation is the tone, the way we say it, and the inflections in our voice. 38% of it is our body language, and only 7% of it is our words. So whenever we talk about actually our phone conversations, the biggest impact and the first impact that we have on a consumer is how confident our tone is and how easy our pitch is. And basically whenever we talk about that, right, or is our body language and our tone whenever we answer the phone and they first say hello. All right, now how do we control that over the phone? Our tone is very simple to control, right? That's the voice inflection of whether or not getting louder or getting more soft, getting a little deeper in voice or higher in octaves, right? Your body language is something that is just as conveyed across the phone if you're slouched over or if you're bending or you're not basically sitting up straight where you can project your words. Now, 7% of that is the words in every conversation. So as you know, as I've said over the last week or so during our meetings, a lot of our customers for the first 10, 15, even 20 seconds of our phone call, they don't really understand the words that are coming out of our mouth, right? They're trying to associate who's calling them, who's Nelson, who's Paul, who's Shelby, whoever's trying to give me a call. They're trying to associate that rather than really trying to digest the words that we're saying. So it's very important that whenever we have those phones and we start our conversations and being very confident and saying, "Hi, this is Nelson calling with the Health Insurance Enrollment Center," right? It's being up and upright in our chair and being ready to take that phone call so we can project the confidence in our tone across the phone with these people. The call structure is for a normal sales call is going to break down into 9 steps, right? You have your identifying the lead, your prospecting, your intro, you build your rapport, then you do your needs analysis and you pitch, you bust your reluctance, and then you repitch, and then you ask for the money. Right? That's the typical sales process. Now, on the appointment setter side, we're really only responsible for these first 2 parts of the actual phase of the 9-step process, right? And that's basically identifying the lead and prospecting and qualifying, right? So you're responsible for identifying the lead, prospecting, and qualifying. So all of these other things that a normal salesperson would do where they're trying to figure out, like building rapport. Hey, how was your weekend? What did you do? Did you get out with the kids? Did you go on a bike ride? Right? Did you go to the beach? None of that is relevant to our conversations. So that's why we've structured our script very, very tight in order to maintain control over the phone call as you get this information and set the appointment for our licensed agents. So the biggest thing about being on the phone with our customers is staying on script, right? Staying on script ensures that your intentions of setting the appointment are always going to be maintained top of mind, right? The script is designed to complete a precise actions through the call to ensure quality. The script identifies who you are and who you are with. It identifies a pain point most Americans have with health insurance. It also provides a possible solution for that pain point. It does that in a specific, actionable way. It is also specific on when that's going to be done. It also gives them some flexibility as to not back them into a complete corner and get them to shy away with asking whether or not morning or afternoon is better for them. And it creates a specific follow-up with confirmed intentions, right? So they know that they're going to be speaking with a licensed health insurance agent at the time they requested for a health insurance quote. If they have questions or they want to sign up, that licensed agent can handle that at that particular time. Right? Your script, it's very simple. Hi, prospect. I'm Nelson with the Health Insurance Enrollment Center. Listen, we're reaching out to local small business owners and contract workers regarding their health insurance. Everybody needs to have at least a catastrophic plan in place during these unpredictable times, and we're scheduling appointments to speak with a licensed health agent to get you the most accurate information on coverage and cost. Is morning or afternoon better for you tomorrow to speak with that licensed agent? Very, very simple and to the point, right? It structures, it introduces you, it identifies the pain point, it provides the solution, and it sets up a specific follow-up time where that person's going to agree to that. If any of these actions happen, you've killed your entire control of the phone call, right? If you agree to just sending them information or agree to a callback at any one time that isn't specific and measurable for that agent, then you've lost control, right? You've already acquiesced to their request. Now, if you're setting broad time or expectations, right, the biggest example of this, if they say, oh, yeah, hey, give me a call around 10, I'll be free after 10. Okay, that is too broad, and they're not being held accountable for a specific time when they should be available, right? And you're not really holding them accountable. So if they don't show up, who's really at fault there, right? We haven't set them to anything. Most people will remain accountable to their commitments. We just have to make them make one, right? So keeping benefits vague, right? Just talking about, oh, hey, we're going to get you some information about medical benefits, right? Or we're just, get some info out there about some of the health changes to the health markets, right? That's not specific. Why is that pertinent? And what value are they going to get in taking the time and actually doing that? Right? You're giving up control of that, and you're giving them another cop out at the end of the day. Oh, I didn't think it was that important. You just said it was information about medical benefits, right? There's nothing personable or accountable for them that is going to hold them to that. Right? Another one is open-ended questions. Right? If you just leave something open, like, hey, so are you looking for health insurance? Right? Or hey, would it be okay if I sent you out some information about that tomorrow, maybe? Right? Like it's reading it very, very open and unended questions, right? You leave it open for them to say anything that they want. Okay? You ultimately want to always have an answer that's going to drive the phone call forward. Now, whether it be a no and you have to go back and you have to start back and you have to combat that reluctance, offer up additional value props to get that yes, that still gives you control of that phone call, because now you have to know that you have to combat reluctance. If it's a yes, then you move completely down the script, right? But at the end of the day, you always want to have closed-ended questions in the way you do it. That's why we ask in our script, is morning or afternoon better for you tomorrow? We don't say, are you going to be available for a health insurance quote tomorrow? Well, no. Okay. Right? We give them very, very specific options and give them only described outs that can benefit us. Right? The other thing that you want to really avoid is negative prefacing, or don't offer up reluctance. Right? Negative prefacing, such as, hey, I know you're probably busy right now, or I know you probably weren't waiting on me sitting by the phone, to do that, or I know you weren't shopping for health insurance, right? Or, oh, you're busy right now, or if you're busy right now, I can call back, right? Or, hey, I know that health insurance is really expensive, but anything that results in a but is offering up reluctance and giving them their out. So now we get to the magic formula that I want everybody to really take a hold of and take to heart. And this is something that we teach both on the appointment setter side and we teach even on the sales side, because AMA is a magic formula that will ultimately get all your customers back on script whenever they go off on tangent or provide reluctance. Right? Just remember, AMA, whenever a prospect goes off script, you acknowledge the prospect's question or point that they're making. What pulled them off? Is it too expensive? I've looked. I don't qualify. Right? I'm not looking for health insurance right now. I have coverage. You make a statement. Right? Make a statement to address the prospect's concerns. I know you maybe weren't looking for health insurance right now and you have some, but there's been a lot of changes. Right? Or I know you've looked in the past at Obamacare, but we have some really affordable options that have made changes since the market, and especially in these trying times, you at least need to have a catastrophic plan in place. And then you ask the question to move the call forward. You ask the question to bring the conversation back to your original intent of scheduling an appointment, right? So now is morning or afternoon better for you? Here's a couple of examples of AMA in practice, right? You acknowledge, right? I understand insurance can be expensive. Right? You make a statement. Our agents have access to a variety of affordable plans. It's best to speak with a licensed advisor to get you the most personalized quote and answer your questions. Then you ask the question, is morning or afternoon better for you tomorrow? Now, the key component in this and the structure that you have to maintain to ensure that you maintain control in this is moving directly from making that statement right into asking that question without pause. So the best thing to do is to speak with a personalized agent to talk about your personalized quote and answer your questions. Is morning or afternoon better for you? You never pause before asking that question. Another one, maybe who do you work for, right? Well, we're calling you with the Health Insurance Enrollment Center. We work with a variety of agencies nationwide. My job is to connect you with a licensed agent in your state for personalized health insurance quotes so you can know your options. Is morning or afternoon better for you tomorrow to speak with that licensed agent? right? I'm acknowledging it and I'm making the statement and I'm asking the question to move them back on point and back on script to make sure we're back on resolution of getting them scheduled to speak with one of our licensed agents about a personalized health insurance quote. So as long as they're walking away with that intention and the acknowledgement that they've set a specific time the following day to speak with that and obtain that information, then we're doing our jobs and we're setting these agents up for success. And through utilizing and applying this formula, you'll be able to control the call and make sure that you're ultimately setting more appointments and more appointments you're getting paid for and are not coming back due to customers just not giving or qualifying or one reason or another, right? By applying this script, you get very, very specific intentions of what your actions are going to do, what they're going to complete, and what they're going to get as after they complete the process, right? So you're specific in the actions. It's a SMART goal. It's specific, measurable, attainable, recordable, and trackable. The customer wants to be able to attain something after this and gain some value by spending their hard-earned time and speaking with any of us regarding any health insurance things, regardless whether or not it's setting the appointment with you or speaking with one of our licensed agents. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please send them to Nelson at cg.agency. Have a great day.